Okay, so this is kind of like a side lesson. It goes along with the power rule notes, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it as a separate video. This is geometric applications to these exponent laws that we're learning, okay? So when we're dealing with shapes. So number one, they want us to find the perimeter and the area of this rectangle. So let's first start with the perimeter. Perimeter means add all four sides. Okay, so you're like, Miss, I only see two sides listed. You have to remember when it comes to a rectangle, opposite sides are the same. So 5x squared, 5x squared, 12x, 12x. So perimeter is just adding all four sides. So we're going to do 12x plus 12x plus 5x squared plus 5x squared. Okay, so this is just adding and subtracting. I can only add and subtract like terms. So this is adding 12x plus 12x, which is 24x. And then adding 5x squared plus 5x squared, which is 10x squared. And there's your answer for perimeter. Now area, okay, is the area formula for a rectangle is length times width. So it's just 12x times 5x squared. So this would be my product rule. Product rule says that I multiply my coefficients, so 12 times 5 is 60. And then I add my exponents, so 1 plus 2 is 3, so x cubed. So there's my final result for the area. So I'm going to do the same principle with the triangle. Okay, so this triangle, we're going to first find the perimeter. That means adding all three sides. So I'm going to add 4a squared b plus 3ab plus 10a squared b. Okay. Remember, I can only add and subtract if they have the same last name or like terms. So the only ones I can combine are 4a squared b and 10a squared b. So 4 plus 10 is 14a squared b. And since I can't combine anything with 3ab, we're just going to bring it down. Plus 3ab. Now the area, okay, the area of a rectangle is length times width. The area of a triangle is 1/2. I mean, really base times height, but base times height, length times width, same idea. So here, we have to be able to identify what is the base and the height. The base would be, so the base and the height always come together to make that right angle. So these two right here. So 1/2 times 3ab times 4a squared b. So we don't need the 10a squared b. So this is just the product rule. So we're going to multiply the coefficients. 1/2 times 4 is 2 times 3 is 6. Then I add my exponents of the same base. So a is 1 plus 2 is 3. And b is 1 plus 1, which is 2. And there's your answer. We're going to take the same idea with this triangle. It's a different type of triangle. This was a right triangle. This is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral means that all the sides are the same. So even though they gave me only one side of this triangle, all three of them are 5m cubed into the fourth. So for the perimeter, I'm going to add 5m to the third into the fourth plus 5m to the third into the fourth plus 5m to the third into the fourth. So I can add all three because they are the same last name. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15, m to the third and to the fourth. I know some of you are looking at it, but you're like, Miss, what happened to the 4m into the fifth? That is not part of the perimeter because the perimeter is the outside. That's the inside. But we will use it for the area. So the area is 1/2 base times height. Okay. So the base for this triangle is 5m to the third into the fourth. And the height would be this 4m into the fifth. Okay, so now product rule says that I multiply my coefficients. 1/2 times 4 is 2 times 5 is 10. And then my m's is adding my exponents. So 3 plus 1 is 4. In 4 plus 5 is 9. There's your final answer. Okay, so this trapezoid right here. Trapezoid formula. So they only want us to find the area here. the area formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 parentheses base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay, so it takes the same idea of a triangle, 1/2 base times height, but there are two bases, so we add those two bases together. And to be honest, I just thought of that, so yay. Okay, so for this one, we have 1/2 parentheses base 1 would be 7x squared y plus base 2, 4x squared y, times the height, which is 2xy. Okay, so this is the exception to the rule, because normally we would take care of the product rule before I add. But since the addition is inside the parentheses, then we're going to have to take care of this adding right here first. So I'm going to bring down this 1/2. And the only reason I can add 7x squared y and 4x squared y is because they have the same last name. So 7 plus 4 is 11x squared y. And then I'm going to bring down the height. Okay, so again, this was the exception to our exponent laws because normally I would multiply before I add, but here I have to take care of the addition. So now I have my product rule because everything's being multiplied. So I'm going to multiply my coefficients. 1/2 times 2 is 1, times 11 is 11. X is x to the second plus x to the first is x to the third. And y, 1 plus 1 is 2. And there's your final answer. Last but not least is our magical circle here. We only want to find the area of this circle. The formula for the area of the circle is pi r squared. So we're going to leave it in terms of pi, and I'll show you what that means here in a minute because that would be messy. So pi times the radius squared, so the radius of this circle is 3xy cubed squared. So I raise it to the second power because it's the radius raised to the second power. Now all I see is the power rule. The power rule says I'm going to distribute this 2 to all of the powers inside the parentheses. So this is 3 to the first, this is x to the first, so 2 times 1 is 2, so this is 3 squared. 1 times 2 is 2, so this is x squared. 3 times 2 is 6, so this is y to the 6th. And of course I have to clean it up, so 3 squared, I cannot leave 3 squared. 3 squared is 9. Now when you see your final answer written, it's actually going to be written 9x squared y to the 6th pi. And that's what it means by leave in terms of pi, is just leave pi there. We're not going to do 3.1415697 and multiply. That's crazy. So there's your answer.